Hello. Am I supposed to look there or down there at myself? I don't know. I can't tell. Probably look there, I guess. Um, Thinking about my first years, I don't remember. First couple of years, nobody ever does. But there is a couple of things. I was born with a brother and sister, and mom and dad. My dad worked at KTRE radio station, which was owned by the TV station here at the time. My mother was a housewife. She never worked. Maybe once. For a short period of time, she worked when I was a kid, but that was it. And the rest of the time, she was a housewife. And she named me after her brother, and he hated the name she gave me. You want to guess what it was? Oh, it was one of those weird name boys, one of those name people make fun of. It was an awfully screwy name. I need to brush my hair. Look at that mess. It was an awfully screwy name, and I'm stuck with it. My name is Hubert James Gresham. Oh my God. That guy has a weird name. I can make fun of that. Hubert. Hubert. Uh huh. Yeah, well, I've been stuck with it. I don't know why they didn't call me. They called me by that damn name too. All my life growing up, mom and dad, and mom and dad never did get used to calling me Ted, which is the name I picked up in the Air Force, and I'll tell you about that later. But, um, you know, they could have called me James, and that would have been good because I was must James was the name of my dad's brother, and he was a pretty cool dude. They called him Jim, but his name was James. Uncle Jim, loved that guy. He was great. He was great. Miss him like I do dad. So that was the beginning of who who I am now. The only things that I remember, or the first things I remember, is very, very little bit. Kind of a really foggy memory. When I was 3 years old, I put a Tinker toy in my mouth. Have I told you this story before? And I had one of those. You know what Tinker toys are? Little wooden sticks. They came in different lengths. And they had little wooden things you stick them in. You can build stuff. It's pretty cool. I'd like to get a bunch of those. That'd be fun. Anyway, I had one, the short ones, like an inch or so, in my mouth, like a stupid 3 year old will do. And I stood up on a can, and then I slipped and fell. I kind of remember slipping and falling, but the rest of it I have no memory of. It's probably a good thing because it jabbed a big ass hole up in the back of my neck, my mouth, back up in there. And the doctor told my mother if it had been, just a fraction of an inch further, it would hit my brain. It'd kill me dead. So I guess that was pretty close. I don't have any memory of that. I'm sure they kept me knocked out and everything. And then my next memory was, I don't know. I don't know how old it was back then. Maybe 5 or so. I wasn't very old. And my brother and well, we all had a big fire about behind our house. And had logs and everything burning, and there was one big log right across the middle of it. And my brother decided he's going to cut it in half with an axe. So he takes that double bit axe. You know what a double bit axe is? It's got a blade on both sides. And he starts a swinging. And once he swung back, and I was too close, and he hit me right upside the head, right there. Bam! And it cut me bad. And they thought for a while he had knocked my eyeball out. But I remembered that. And I remember crying, and my eye covered up with blood, and I couldn't see shit. And my mother all worried, and she just grabbed me up and ran. My dad was at work, and he had the car. And so she grabbed me up and went. I can't remember if she went and got the car because he worked about less than a quarter of a mile away. Anyway, I don't remember a lot after that. And then I remember sitting up in bed and my eye wouldn't close because it was swollen, and I had stitches across it. That was a good start of my life, wasn't it? It kind of sets the tone for the rest of it. The last thing I wanted to say is that my first memory of life beyond the house we lived in, my little family, the first memory was going to school, and on January, I mean, January, um, it was, it was shit. I can't think of the damn month. November, I think. Is that is that the month that JFK got shot? Well, that when that happened, I was in school. I was in first grade, and all of a sudden, the teachers start walking around holding little radios to their ear and bawling their eyeballs out. And they dismissed us from school and sent us home. And um, only thing on television for days was things about JFK assassination, and they ran the funeral procession over and over and over and over. They did. And that's when I became aware of life beyond my own world. God damn, that makes sense. I don't know. I hope so. I'm gonna try to make these better. Just don't call me that name, okay? Call me Ted. Ted. Just say, hey, stupid. Anything that'd be good. I'd appreciate that. So, give me some messages down there. Tell me what you think, and tell me, whatever. Y'all come back, see me now.